Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to try to make a brief video here about these modular closets. I was not paid by Modular Closets to do this video by any means. Trust me, I've got a $6,500 bill on a big closet project in this house. But I wanted to do a video because it doesn't exist out there on the common tools that you're going to want to run with and some tips and tricks on building their closet systems. This would be the 6th closet system I've built from them in my house. This is going to be a 10-foot wall by 10 foot high, where your basic stops at about this line here. And then I did a row of uppers to bring it to the 10-foot ceiling, and then I'll trim it all out to make it look built in. But this video is going to be about the most common tools that I find to be useful when building this project. Everything that you see built on the wall is done by these tools here. So you don't have to have these specific tools. Obviously, I've done a lot of construction projects and got into the Makita platform and the M12 platform by Milwaukee, but any of this stuff, like a Ryobi set, this stuff's going to make your life easy. So the first thing you're going to want to get is some sort of an organizer. And this is just a leftover DeWalt organizer I had in the garage, but an organizer, because your most common hardware, it's all the same to put all this stuff together. So it's just different hardware bags, but you're always going to get an extra, or you're always going to maybe need an extra. They like to supply one extra piece of each parts of the hardware in each bag. So I didn't use their fixing screws to the wall. I ran with some spacks, but extra fixing screws. These are the cam locks. This is baby proof too right now. Cam locks, extra shelf pins. This is going to speed up your workflow by doing something like this, because you're not going to have a big bag or a big pile of leftover parts every time with bags everywhere. So obviously clean, I just finished building this and I need to do some tweaks to it, but clean area when you're finished, because at the end of the day, you're not going to want to be picking stuff up. So this is definitely a must, some sort of an organization. Ooh, my pink nails look good on camera. My daughter decided to paint my nails. Some sort of organization area. Some sort of impact gun or a drill if you don't have an impact gun, because you're going to need to attach, let me find a good spot to film here. You're going to need to attach these things to your studs or to your cinder block walls. So here we have, you can kind of see before I cover them up, everywhere I have a stud, I've got this thing attached all the way up and down, and you're going to need some sort of an impact or a good drill that's got some torque to it to get yourself into these areas and bite through the particle board. Unfortunately, these are made of particle board. Their first sets were plywood, now they're particle board. But you're going to need to get through that. So I'm also pre-drilling everything with a drill on low speed to pre-drill anywhere that there's a screw, because you'll get a lot of chip out on this Formica material, whatever this is. It'll chip out on you. So a good drill, good impact gun is attach them to the wall. And also I'm impacting them together. So I like to sandwich the two pieces together. You can see here, once in a while, I'll put a 1 1/4 inch screw here, and it'll bind these two pieces together. So they look like a built-in uniform build. Clamps are very useful. Just 2 clamps is all you need, because when I'm fixing these units together, I'll go ahead and hook them up like that. I'll make sure that they're nice and flush across. And when they're flush, I'll run my pinching screw here to get them tight. So just 2 clamps. This is also useful. This is a one-man job, this closet. So to get them attached to the wall and kind of held there before you run them in, I like to clamp them together as much as I can, and then I pull my clamps when I'm done with one hand. So 2 clamps. You're going to need a set of pliers, because ultimately when you go to put these things together, you're going to get a dowel pin that gets stuck inside of an edge, which would, like one of these here. These dowel pins get stuck. You're not pulling these out by hand. You're going to want to use a nice little channel lock plier. So that's what my pliers are being used for. Pencil to mark the wall when you put your screw through. And then bonus is, every time I opened up a hardware pack, I dump them into this little magnetic tray. It doesn't magnify the hardware that good, because it's cheapy hardware, but it does it good enough. Nice tray, and obviously a good tape measure, and then your instructions printed out. So this is going to be your basic. This is what's gotten me to get this to completion here. These are the tools that I've been using. You know, you're also, another tip, you're also going to want to drill when they give you these these panels. These are the shaker panels. They give you these panels here. You can see my sawdust here, I haven't cleaned up yet. There's 3 knockout holes. So if you're either going to do a double for a handle or just a single for a pull, the shaker panel side is not pre-drilled. So what you're going to want to do is once you get everything attached and set up, you're going to want to run your drill nice and slow through each one of the pre-drilled holes and let it poke through on the face. If you don't do that, if you try to just push the screw through, you'll peel the face material off of the front of the drawer pull or the drawer face, and it's completely ruined. And it's about $150 for a set of 2 new drawer faces by them. So pre-drill, you're going to need to pre-drill all of that. Other than that, I did use a hammer, rubber mallet. It's going to be good. Depends on your application. So that'd be like an extra credit tool. And that's to attach these little shoe retainer pieces into the bottom or into these pre-drilled holes here. You got to really bang the crap on these things to get them to set in here. That's the only time I've ever needed a hammer in here. You're also going to want to use that drill to pre-drill the holes for these little rods that go in here. That hole is not pre-drilled, so you're going to want to pre-drill that before you attach. And you can go at it like a cowboy and try to do it without pre-drilling, but as soon as that screw slips one time and it messes up the face, you're going to be pretty upset you didn't. But that's just some of my tips to build one of these closet systems. The videos really aren't out there. It's self-explanatory on what you need as you go, but it's nice to kind of watch a video to see, finished product or semi-finished product and what was used. So, it's just a collection of small stuff, but definitely will get you going when you need to get up and run into production on this. Now I got to do a whole nother full wall behind me, so that's going to be the next project. But if this video helped you guys out on a modular closet build and the common tools you're going to want to actually use for it, let me know in the comments. This thing right here, I'll put a link down below. This was about $250. This is the best, by far the absolute best screwdriver or cordless screwdriver I've ever used ever. It'll put this whole thing together without over torquing anything. You just I've been setting my clutch between 10 and 7 on the different pieces that I'm putting together when you got to put your cam lock, these pieces in here. When you put those in, I set this on a 7. Gorgeous. And it's really easy to use one-handed when you're putting them together on the floor, and it also bends in half and turns into a little screw gun. So forward and reverse. It's not high powered. Don't go at these things with this when you're putting them together. This is way too much torque. A big drill's too bulky. This gets you into the nice tight spots when you got to get the cam locks here and up in here. You can get, you set your clutch to 10, it'll snap off perfect. So this is the best tool. I'll put a link down below. It's expensive. They got cheaper ones, Black & Decker stuff, but this is the way to go. It's the way to run if you're going to be putting together furniture. Any IKEA furniture, anything. This right here is worth its weight in gold. This has saved me probably 3 or 4 hours in time. So if this video helped you guys out, let me know in the comments below, and I'll get you in the next one. Later.